Welcome you whiskey loving legends back to another episode of Was It Worth It Whiskey. So before I start, I'd like to get through a little bit of a story that was a bit funny. So I've just recently arrived into the UK to live, which is kind of cool because of the whiskey scene and all that. And so I go downtown and I walk into this whiskey shop. Amazing whiskey shop. Nothing like I've never seen any before. Aisles and aisles of whiskey. I can go backwards and forwards. Everything you can possibly think of. Anyway, so I walk in and I'm browsing. As we do, we walk around, we're looking at everything. And after about 5 minutes, the old bartender says, "Hey mate." I didn't say old mate because he's not Australian, but he said, "Hey, can I help you with anything?" I said, no mate, just looking. Anyway, so I'm walking along, looking away, and probably about after 10 minutes later, he says, "Is there anything I can help with you now?" And I said, "Well mate," I said, "I'm looking for something. I want something that smells floral and rich, with notes of old rum or sherry with wisps of smoke. I want it to taste like a spicy sharpness, sweet and salty brine, also with hints of rum or sherry. And then I want the finish to be memorable, something that lasts a long time lingering around that I can't get rid of, no matter how hard I try." He said, "Mate, you're in the fucking wrong place. The brothel's down the road." So I walked out of the whiskey shop, down towards the brothel, but there's no brothel, but there's a Tesco. And that's where I picked up this. Tesco, I got for 30 quid. So I thought, well, that's not bad. And I reckon it's good value for money, so we'll give it a try. So it's a Aberlour, 12-year-old. It's a double cask, American oak and sherry oak, Speyside distillery. So as you can see, it's got that nice sherry colour, beautiful golden colour to it. It's a 40 ABV, this one. Let's give it a go. So on the nose we got a dried fruits, dried apricot, apples, raisins, a bit of a, it's got, I can't explain it too much, but it's almost like a slight milk chocolate, a real light chocolate smell to it, and then a light delicate honey onto it on the nose. The nose is quite pleasant. So the palate's, it's got a slight spice on it, I guess from the oak barrels. Orchard fruits, that chocolate is present, that slight chocolate flavour is present again. Stewed nectarines. Almost like a bit of a fudge, creamy fudge. Like it's not, I wouldn't call it a creamy whiskey, but it's got something creamy, chocolatey about it. I can't really explain it, but it's very light on, but it seems to follow through the nose and the palate. And then it also has that raisins going into that stewed fruit raisins. The finish is it's a medium finish. Once again, the slight spiciness, orchard fruits, that chocolate, very delicate chocolate right to the end of the finish, like right at the end before the flavour fades away. I'm getting this slight chocolatey, very delicate, and the finish is very pleasant. So yeah, it seems pretty good, especially for the price I paid for it. So what I'll do, I'll give it the usual malt score. So on the nose, I'm going to give it 88 points. For For the palate, I'm going to give it a 88 points as well. And for the finish, I'm going to give it a 87 points. So that gives us a total of 87.5 points for a malt score. But more importantly than that, as we all know, is was it worth it? So, as you know, I've already told you I got this one for 30 pounds, 30 quid. But I won't do it on that, I'll do it on the average price. So you can get it up pretty easily for 35 pounds or for 85 Australian dollars. So I'll do the was it worth it score on that. So for 85 Australian dollars or 35 pounds, I'm going to give this a solid 7.5 out of 10. I think it's really good because it's very nice, easy drinking whiskey. I think it will suit new whiskey drinkers, and it's also great with the price point to be that daily drinker if you want a daily sherry hit. So all in all, worth the money, and it's a was it worth it thumbs up. Cheers.